Community Viewpoint.
And welcome to this segment of Community Viewpoint. I am John Pawlak, your host, once again for this segment and many other segments as to be coming in the future. We're going to be talking about one of Pahrum's best kept secrets, our own town museum. And to do that, we are going to have with us, we have the honor to have with us today Gary Hollis, former county commissioner, former town board member, Nevada test site worker, and what else you've been former?
Yucca
Gary? Yucca Mountain. So we're going to be talking about the museum and where is it, and tell us a little bit about the museum for those of us that, those of you that haven't been there.
The museum is located on Basin. Most all the artifacts in the museum are from either Pahrump or Nye County. Mm-hmm. We're not a museum that takes artifacts from Las Vegas or California. This museum is strictly for local. So the people that move here know what actually happened in the years past.
And I contributed to it. Unfortunately, happened to be a small brewery we had here for a while, abandoned brewing company. So you'll see the remnants, some bottles of the Silver Strike beer, and so I'm a little part of that also. And it's basically directly behind the old Binion property, you would say?
Yeah, catty corner from the Binion property. Yeah. Right across the street from Floyd's Construction.
Yeah, so it's easy to find, just west of Petrick Park. If you go down there, a couple blocks down there. So, and it's very interesting, and it's open 6 days a week.
9 to 5. We're closed on Mondays.
So tell us a little bit about the museum, if you would, please.
Well, during my reign as president of the museum, we've directed our attention toward the young people. We want to put exhibits out there that would fascinate kids. Because if we can get the kids interested in the museum, we can get the parents to be interested in the museum. So the old command vehicle that used to be parked over there by the treasurer's office, that's been moved to the museum.
Okay.
It's part of the exhibit. We have the sheriff has told me that she wants to give me a police car to put there. Emergency Services has kindly loaned us a fire truck to put there. And those things is what young people really like, is the whistles and the sirens and such forth. And if you can get them, if you can get the kids there, you can also get the parents. And we've got a school bus. Cameron McCrae was nice enough to tell me that he would, when he accessed another bus, that it would be coming to the museum.
Oh, great. No, so we have some of that history also. Because we have the outdoor venue over there. We have a bunch of stores and things.
Yeah, we have the old Bowman House. We have the Chamber of Commerce. We have the one-room schoolhouse and other outbuildings, generator buildings. And we have a little thing there, a mining tunnel going into the ground. Yeah, we have a lot of things outside that a lot of people don't know that's out there.
You have that old, what is it, the cotton gin that was over by the Noggin?
Water tower is there.
Tower. And that's famous because of Binion?
Well, yeah, Binion, because that's where he tried to bury his gold, or his silver, and gold was just right there on that corner. But there's something in the history of that water tank. That was the focal point. You could always, if you were lost out in the desert, if you could see that tower or that water tower, you knew where he was at.
Okay, there was a high point before.
Yeah, it was a high point. Yeah. It was the highest point in Pahrump at the time.
So yeah, and you also have there's a cactus garden.
Yes, cactus garden. We also have a little cotton field that they plant. Master gardeners plant that every year.
And that was the focal point of the float for the fall festival also.
Right, right. We handed out 2 cotton seeds in a little package with some cotton in it, and that's so that the new people coming into Pahrump know where our heritage
history,
was. That
yeah.
it was from farming, not anything else.
Right. We had cotton. We had alfalfa.
Alfalfa.
Yeah,
We grew lettuce.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that one.
And one time we did potatoes.
Oh, okay. So I missed a couple of them then. Yeah. And towards the end, before we get rid of the other agriculture, we had
But
some.
one of the things that grew here really good was cantaloupe.
Really?
Oh, it does really good here in this soil that we have. I don't know why, but it does good. Cantaloupes, and they got a really sweet taste to it.
We've got a small pistachio farm. I know that.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, that's something else that can grow.
There was also out here on, I want to say, on the west end there was a peach farm.
Peach. Okay.
And the peach didn't come out until October, in the middle of October, so it was a good crop until the guy sold it and the other guy pulled all the trees up.
Yeah, and maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, there was an addition put on the museum.
Yes, and that addition was financed by Darrell Lacey and the Nuclear Waste Repository. It houses Nevada test site artifacts and also Yucca Mountain artifacts.
Right, which I was part of with the Yucca
Right.
Mountain Information Office. So there's a lot of the.
Well, that is the last information office in a visitor center in the state. It's right there at the museum.
Right,
All
so-
the rest of them have been pulled up and closed.
Right. So if you want to see some of the interactive displays, there's a fuel rod cell that's over there.
One of the things that I hear about is how good the casts are to transport the nuclear spent fuel. If your viewers would go to the museum, there is a section there showing you a test that we did on the spent fuel cast. And we ran a truck and a trailer with a spent fuel cast with radiation inside of it, hit a 4 or 5 foot thick wall of concrete, and it destroyed the truck, but there was no leak from the
cast.
canister.
Yes.
We also did it by train
Yes.
at 80 miles an hour.
Right. And I had the videotape in the office when I worked there.
Yeah.
I would see it every day. So, oh my God. And it never cracked as many times as it
It's
played.
kind of fascinating to see that cast fly about
Yeah.
40 feet in the air and then fall down. And then we burn it. We lit it on fire to, I don't know, 300-400 degrees, and we had no leaks.
Right. So if you want to look at some of that history, some of the information for the Yucca Mountain project, it's here at the museum. And like you said, museum is open 6 days a week, closed on Mondays and
9 to 5.
9 to 5. So, and there's a speakers bureau that meets over there. And we've had distinguished speakers like our own Dr. Tom Waters, Dr. Michael Vogel, who was the chief scientist for the Yucca Mountain
Yeah,
project.
he has about 40 years in the business.
Yeah, very learned man. John L. Smith from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, and Gary Hollis. You know him too.
No,
right?
I don't know.
And there's going to be a lovely lady, Teresa Skyle, will be speaking November 14th at the museum. She's with the Ash Meadows National Wildlife Refuge. She's going to be speaking on the history of Ash Meadows, the trials of becoming a wildlife refuge, and the new visitor center. And it's just utterly beautiful. I had the good fortune of going over there to the Devil's Hole conference this year. So it's brand new, and it's just a beautiful place over there. So and it's right up the street from here. It's a wetlands, which you wouldn't think of in the desert, but it's a good day trip to go up there. So and the museum, how's the museum doing?
Well, we're out raising money. We're going to have an auction on October 24th.
Okay.
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'll be auctioning off items that were donated to us and to raise money. We also looking at bringing 2 modular trailers from the test site because we're out of room. We have artifacts that we got stored and we can't put them out because we don't have the room. So we're going to put one out to the west, and that's going to be for artifacts. Mm-hmm. The other one is going to be used for cleaning of artifacts and that kind of thing. So.
And you mentioned the youngsters coming out there, and we're going to try at the coalition to bring our youth organization out there, give you some
They're
more kids.
more than happy to have them.
Yes, and also we're going to try to get the kids out to see Teresa over at Ash Meadows also.
They'll get a kick out of that.
Yeah, to learn more about the local area, more of the history here.
Well, I'll give you, for instance, where Bank of America is, you know what that used to be?
No.
John.
What?
Well, that used to be...
There was a stop sign there before the stop sign.
There was a service station, Texaco service station there. There was a convenience store and a little coffee shop. And it was owned and operated by Bill and Pat Mankins.
Really, the Mankins? Okay.
And that was always called the Mankins Corner. So the museum now is getting a piece of rock so that we can put there, and if the bank will let us, and say Mankins Corner. Another one was, you know where the Calvada Eye is? Mm-hmm. That street going in where the trees are canopy over, that's Walt Williams Drive.
Oh, I knew that. I knew that.
And Walt Williams' family donated lots of money and time and land to Nye County and the town of Pahrump.
And if you want to learn more about the history of Pahrump, go to the museum, see Gary or see some of the other folks over there. We're out of time. Thank you for watching.
Don't forget to stand down.
Yes, we'll see more about that next segment. Bye.
Community Viewpoint.